Would this be a good time where I can start like picking out art and start like showing it and stuff like that? Oh man, I'm like looking at these now and I'm looking at how much I guessed at everything. Hi, I'm AD Taeza. I'm a Senior Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Art and Animation here at DigiPen Institute of Technology. And we're going to be going through all of my work from my freshman year to right now at this very moment. There was a section in the submission portfolio, which I believe is still there unless it's changed, where it's not just you turn in drawings that the school asks you to draw before you turn them in, but then there's also, they want to see like what your personal work looks like. And I think I remember a lot of the pieces I turned in being a lot of action poses. I like a lot of cartoons. I used to read all the manga and all the anime and all of that good stuff. And I was like, that's what I want to be, that's what I want to draw. I don't know what job that looks like, but I'm going to try and make action-y poses like all the cool kids. It is an application, it is a portfolio application, so you should showcase what you love. You should showcase what you know that you really enjoy doing and what really resonates with you. You do not need to be perfect. All it is really about is, again, one, can you follow instructions, and two, how well can you depict what you see. And I don't have it here, but I do remember completely misinterpreting the purpose of that. I got the part where it was like, show us, you know, how well you can draw what you see. But the other half of my brain went, I'm gonna show them how fast I am. And I think I spent like 15 minutes on each drawing when I was supposed to spend maybe like at least 3 or 4 hours. And I don't know. It worked out in the end. Jasna, thank you for taking a chance on me. By design of the degree, by the end of your freshman year, your foundations are pretty much underway and ready to go. And you start going into your digital foundation for your sophomore year. So that's when they start teaching you Photoshop and Maya and whatever program, depending on what you think your specialization is going to be. I think this was pretty deep into this semester for Art 101. All we were doing for the first part of Art 101 was just drawing cubes in perspective for like 3 weeks straight. But it was fine, we needed it, I needed it. I probably, out of all of my freshman year classes, this is probably the one that I needed the most, if my grade in it was any indication. This was kind of the gateway into breaking me out of this like dead mindset of, this is how I am, this is what I like to do, and I don't want to do anything else. Like, no, the options are out there. I was taking Art 125 in the same semester, and that one was painting. I was doing okay, but by the end of the semester, I was getting really, really good grades. I was getting A's, and the professor was so nice and so supportive, and he really let you know when he would look for things. He would look for things where he said, like, you approached that so much better than you did the previous week, and I want you to remember that. So this was the first time I didn't just cell shade everything, but this is the first time I said, oh, I need to capture that this looks like metal, and that this looks like paper, and that this looks like cloth that's been wrapped around the hilt of, you know, a piece of wood. And like, that's just as relevant as what I learned in Art 101 too. Now I'm not just a one-trick pony. I have different methods and I have different pipelines that I can utilize in different situations to get the work done faster and more efficiently. I got to be a concept artist for my 300 project. This is when I started kind of branching out again, taking what I had learned before, like gouache painting. You don't really get to use line work and you know, stuff like that. And like, how can I expand my spectrum of style range? I said I wanted to work in cartoons, but I had no idea what each position or job looked like. Income Art 350, Intro to Storyboards, which is the one and the only storyboards class that's taught in the school, but it was a really, really good one. And that was the class where I was like, oh, this is the thing. This is the thing that I want to do. Where the camera is, where the placement of the characters and the objects are, like how much of the characters you can see or how each shot transitions to the other. That is the job of the storyboard artist. They get to decide what that is. And that was when I figured out, like, it isn't just drawing poses, like action poses that I liked. I liked creating entire action sequences. And while I didn't do that too much in Art 350, it did teach me what I never would have learned outside of school otherwise, which is how to tell a story properly, how to visually tell a story properly, how to write a story properly, and how to create character dynamics properly. But it taught me like the software that I would need to know as well, and I think 3 months into the semester, we had a 24-hour comic challenge that during the LAN party, the 24-hour LAN party. So we had 24 hours to make a comic, except I didn't know how to make comics, so I went to the person who was holding the event and said, can I make an animatic instead? Can I make storyboards instead? And they were like, yeah, go for it. I remember finishing it at like 4 in the morning and watching it and showing it to my classmates and putting it on social media. And the response I got from that made me feel really good in a way that I hadn't quite before. I think that was when I figured out, like, yeah, this is the thing that I want to do. And I haven't really swayed from that trajectory since. The big thing that I've been working on for this semester and that I'm planning to work on for the next semester is I'm trying to see if I can make I'm shooting for like a 5 to 8 minute animatic, one that I'm doing the visual development for this semester. So some beat boards and some character designs and some environment designs this semester. And then for the spring for Project 450, which is another portfolio class, I'm just gonna be cranking out boards and getting the animatic done and all that. The project I'm doing now is actually kind of representative of my whole journey throughout DigiPen. The thing that DigiPen taught me the most was storytelling. It was teaching me how to have purpose in every choice I made, be it in a character design or in an animatic concept. I can add symbolism to things. I can create flat graphic compositions that are that way for a reason. They evoke a particular emotion. They make you feel a certain way. I can communicate to people with art now. That is not something I could have done before.